going on, guys? Kulprit here. Welcome to Mailbag. It's Friday. It's time to answer some of your questions. How this series works, if you have a question for me, post it in the comments below. When it's time for me to sit down and make another episode of Mailbag, I go through the comments, I pick out anything that intrigues me that I think might make a good discussion, and I answer it for you. If you have to desire to send me a question, but you want to make it a little less public, perhaps anonymous, Facebook, even Twitter, I guess, DMs would work. Email, it's all down below, Google Plus, whatever. It's all down below in the description. You can follow any of those links. Just please indicate in the subject, mailbag, that kind of thing. And if you want it to be anonymous, please make sure you indicate that as well. Otherwise, I'm going to include your question in an overlay, just like I do with all the other videos, as you guys will see in this video. Today I have 4 questions, 2 little shorter ones, and then 2 long ones towards the end. Probably be a long video, not going to lie. I enjoy the format of these. I love just reading the questions and talking. So usually I try to keep my videos as short as I can, but in this day, on Friday, I just talk. We have a chat, right? Otherwise, I have a blizzard about to kind of pour down on me here. It's Friday. I'm actually recording this Thursday afternoon. Gonna get this recording, get this ready for you guys, because I don't know if I'm gonna have internet for the weekend, but we will see. So you guys in the northeast with me, we're about to get dumped on. Hope you got your groceries, got all kind of shovels ready, because it's gonna be a winter weekend, that's for sure. I'm actually looking forward to it. It should be pretty good. Got nowhere I need to go. Bring on the weather. Me and the boys will have some fun. So let's get right into it. Question number 1. Doc Johnson 05. Hey, Kulprit, several questions. Have you tried other FPS games such as PlanetSide 2, Blackout Retribution? Are you considering getting a console for other games like Halo or Destiny? Any other games on the horizon other than Titanfall that you think might be great? Any other videos you're considering posting other than BF4? He's got a lot of questions here. I could probably do a whole video on this question, to be quite honest. But I'm just going to kind of hit through it quick because I have done videos covering some of these. Several questions. Have I played any other FPS games like PlanetSide 2, Blackout Retribution? I've not played PlanetSide 2. I've actually been considering it because I've heard a lot of really good things about it recently. Like a lot of updates they've done and made it run better. You'll learn about me. I don't know if you're new here. I'm more of a modern shooter guy. I don't really like the futuristic-y stuff. I'm not that crazy even about like World War II and stuff like that. I like it modern. I'm kind of a bit of a gear whore. I like to just tactical, like all those things. I like to play with those things. I look down at my weapon and recognize what that weapon is. It's just, maybe it's an immersion thing for me, but I am going to probably take a look at PlanetSide 2 at some point. Blackout Retribution I have played. I played it a while back. I think there is even a video or two of my review when it was back in like alpha or beta. Way back in the day, probably 2 years ago almost now. I should revisit that. I should check it out. It was a fun little game. Didn't hold my attention for that long. But, yeah, I always kind of tinker around. I did play Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Played Call of Duty Black Ops, obviously. I think I skipped Modern Warfare 3. Lucky me. Did not get Ghosts, obviously. I played some DayZ. I don't know if you really consider that a first-person shooter. Medal of Honor Warfighter. I play them all. I check them all out. Pretty much. I mean, maybe not all of them. That might not be accurate. But then none of them really kind of grab me like the Battlefield series does. I mean, the level of detail in Battlefield, it plays how I want it to play, teamwork oriented and stuff. It's my series, it's my franchise. But I do play the other ones. To skip to the end, yeah, if I play a game as far as other videos other than Battlefield 4, I always try to post other than Battlefield 4. This channel, most of you guys kind of give me a little blowback sometimes. You're here for Battlefield 4, I get that. I do have another channel, Let's Play channel. It's been kind of dead as I've been really busy through the summer months, and that is typically where I'll post other videos like Minecraft. I played a little game called Timber and Stone. There should be a link in the description if you want to check that out. I'm actually going to start a Let's Play of Prison Architect, a little game I've been playing offline. Love that game. I'm going to start a Let's Play. Actually, like I mentioned, I'm having a blizzard here. My internet probably is going to be, if not down, just kind of flaky, so I probably won't play much multiplayer this weekend, and I'm going to sit down and gorge on that. Probably do a nice big Let's Play for you guys, and upload some of that here and some on the other channel, so subscribe over there if you haven't yet. Looking towards the future, yeah, I mean, I definitely plan on looking at Titanfall. I'm trying to think. Star Citizen's kind of on my radar, but it's not really a game like me being a flight sim almost kind of thing. Not typically something I like, but I am trying to make myself more of a rounded gamer, playing more of a variety game. I'm going to get into DayZ at some point. I'd like to get back into Arma 3. Really, it's not a factor of desire for me. It's a factor of time. I have 2 kids, a wife, full-time job that's just getting busier and busier. I have limited hours, so the fact that this YouTube channel is so focused on Battlefield, I do focus on Battlefield. I think about Battlefield a lot, especially with the new Battlefield 4 coming out, whatever your opinions of it might be. So Battlefield is always my primary game, whether I'm doing YouTube or not. And my channel reflects that. I do, tinker around with other games and stuff, but I always find myself wanting to get back in. And I think it's because I'm not awesome at Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 back in the day, so I always have this competitive urge to get better. So I always want to get in there and work and apply myself and just work to get better. That's almost the game to me. It's getting better. And obviously then YouTube is also like a sub-game of all that. But And lastly, have I considered getting a console for games like Halo or Destiny? I'm not a Halo guy. Didn't enjoy it. I have played it. Yes, I will be getting a next-gen console. I did announce that I'm kind of putting together my ultimate gaming room as I move from this setup to another setup. I will be getting one of the next-gen consoles. Probably still won't be for several months. You know, just budget's going to go to other places. Destiny might be one that pushes me to go there and make me sit down and buy a new console. We'll see. I'm not sure. Destiny, again, I'm not so sure is really for me. Got my eye on it. Gonna keep an eye on it. I mean, you can say the same thing about Titanfall, but Titanfall, the more I see about Titanfall, actually, the more it intrigues me. They have a little bit more of a pedigree as far as developers. So, but I mean, that's gonna be on PC, hopefully. The Division, the games like that, I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, that is the type of game that could perhaps push me to get a console. We're gonna wait and see. I'm gonna just kind of sit back, see how the whole market plays out, and then make my decision. But thanks a lot, man. Thanks for the question. I appreciate it. All right, the next question is from Jen Greg McRoberts. I hope I said that right. What do you think of the whole, this is the best Call of Duty yet? I've noticed that on the back of the newer Call of Duties, it says that it's the best yet. They say that about every title. So would you say that you all are not that great because of this point statement? I think I know what you're trying to ask here. First of all, any information on the box, it's completely disregard. Any information you get from mainstream review sites, IGN, I'm not going to name them all because I might misspeak, but I mean, they're terrible. Don't believe them, and that is the power of YouTube, in my opinion. You're going to talk to real guys like me. I'm not getting paid to review any of these games. I mean, indirectly, I guess I am, but I'm not getting paid enough to sway my opinion. Some guys you do. You got to be leery of these guys that never say wrong about a game, but form your own judgments about their credibility. But that's kind of getting on a tangent. I mean, what did was it IGN that said you know, Battlefield 4 puts Call of Duty to shame or something like that, and then when they went ahead and they gave Call of Duty Ghosts a higher rating than Battlefield, they're on the payroll. All these people are on the payroll. They take these reviews and they cut out little text blurb and put it on the box. Without context, you can make anything sound like anything you want. So don't read the box. It's terrible. You should pretty much read. I solely rely on YouTubers, some podcasts, that type of stuff. Couple websites, not really even review sites, more blogs, that type of stuff. But yeah, don't listen to the boxes. Don't listen to anything you see on TV. Don't see the things they flash across you saying best Call of Duty ever. Like, don't listen to T. Martin. Don't listen to like these guys that are clearly making a ton of money off of one game, because they're obviously biased. And I'm not really picking on them for being that. If somebody was waving those types of figures at me, I might be swayed a little bit too. In fact, I'm sure I'd be swayed a little bit too. I'd like to think I'd still be honest, but anytime money gets involved in reviewing and an opinion, it's going to have an effect. So that, to me, is one of the biggest benefits towards YouTube. You can get real people with real opinions that are going to shoot you straight. So, do I think this is the best Call of Duty yet? No, clearly it's not. Ghost, I haven't touched it, let me be fair. I haven't touched it, I haven't played a second. But just from what I've watched, I don't have any desire to play it. And I played the hell out of Black Ops. I played a lot of Black Ops 2, actually, and I enjoyed them. I literally enjoyed them. I don't think they were better than Battlefield, but that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy them. So I think it's coming down to the different developers right now. I'm kind of, this is Infinity Ward that just did this one, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. Who's ever making the Modern Warfares and now Ghost is terrible. They're a shell of a company. Obviously, we know Respawn left them and they've gone on now to make Titanfall. We see the quality of that, title that's looking really nice. Well, that's because they took all the really talented people out of Infinity Ward. I hope I'm getting that right, and took them off the Respawn. So now Infinity Ward's a joke. I think they're gonna actually get put away, and somebody else is gonna come in and replace them, probably, if I had to guess. Treyarch, I kind of like what they do. They're trying to embrace competitive and things, so at least they have their own ideas and they're doing it. I guess I didn't have a problem with Black Ops 2. Their next title, I will probably check out. I don't know if I'll get it. I probably will get it because I do have enough, a little bit of a satisfaction built up with them to check it out. But yeah, don't pay attention to any of that stuff. All right, man. Take care. Thanks for the question. I appreciate it. All right, so question number 3 is from my buddy Admiral. This is going to be a long video. I'm just looking at the timer here, and I got 2 big questions to go, but that's all right. It's Friday. We got all weekend to watch this. Digest it at your will. Great questions for Mailbag. I know you were focused on the state of Battlefield 4 and playing the game for months into the new DLCs. Basically, he's talking about I plan to play, when I assess Battlefield 4, I do it over a year. I'm planning to play it for a year, maybe 2. But you mentioned the rumors of the next BFL title, although they may be doing Star Wars next. What would you like to see out of the next Battlefield 4? If they change their approach and put more time into the title, given the recent shock, I would like to see the effort go into something new. He would like to see 2143, 1944, Bad Company 3, rather than Battlefield 5. It seems to me if I wanted to play the version of BF that he enjoys, he'd simply go back to Bad Company 2, 1942 Desert Combat, Battlefield 2, all those, the classics. He's basically saying, you know, we have this genre of games, or this template of games, be it, you know, Bad Company 2, you can go back to Battlefield 2. I didn't play 2142, so it's hard for me to really discuss that. Battlefield 3 even, I guess, could be lumped in there. And if I want to play modern infantry, I can go play these games. Let's innovate and add some wrinkles into the series and kind of go in a different route. Like he's saying, 2143, Bad Company 3, as opposed to just, you know, another iteration of Battlefield 3 into Battlefield 4 into Battlefield 5. All just modern shooters and things. So you're asking me what I would like to see. I'm embracing some of what you're saying, but I don't agree, and I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think what is going to happen is, I think Battlefield, you know, as we know, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, the iterations of modern shooters, I think we're going to see that just march on. I don't think we're going to see it yearly. We may not even see it every 2 years. I think it's a little ambitious, especially seeing what's happened here. We'll probably see it every 2 to 3 years. I don't like the 3-year mark. I think that's too far for kind of the buzz to kind of carry. So I don't know. If they can find a way to make it every 2 years, I'd say 2 years. But I think what they're going to do is they're going to spin off another Battlefield title, and that we've heard rumors about that they are going to spin off, be doing another Battlefield title that DICE is not involved in. I think that's going to be something like a Bad Company 3, 2143. It might be a complete different IP that we don't really know about, but it's based in the Battlefield engine, you know, the physics, gunplay, that type of stuff. But it has maybe futuristic-y, think, you know, like a Titanfall, that kind of thing. It might not. It might be 1942 type, you know, World War II stuff. I think we're going to see another franchise come in through DICE now. Like, I thought Titanfall was going to be that. They're experimental kind of IP. They're an experimental franchise where they can go futuristic-y, they can go low gravity, all these fun different things. Whereas I think Battlefield is going to stay your modern, almost military simulator. I use that very loosely, but I think you get the idea. It's going to be kind of authentic. It's going to strive to be authentic, immersive. Like, you get the real boots on the ground feeling of a real troop in our, you know, contemporary time. And that's what I want. I mean, I love that. I just said before, I'm more of a modern shooter guy. It's really going to be a matter of how the timelines work out. So I think we will see Bad Company 3. I think we're going to see, I don't know if we'll see a 2143, but I think we're going to see elements of 2143, i.e., you know, Titan mode. I think that's going to come, and I still am hopeful to see that in Battlefield 4. We might have got screwed on that with all this delay of just a terrible launch. They might run out of time and resources to actually make that happen. I hope not, because I would love to see that. But yeah, I mean, I think there's room for innovation, but I don't think it will happen in our Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5, Battlefield 6. I think that's going to kind of march on in a straight vanilla type line. But I don't see that being a bad thing, because I think there's obviously a huge market for that. People want it. One of the things that turned me off about even, let's go to Call of Duty, I enjoyed Black Ops. I enjoyed Black Ops 2. I didn't enjoy Modern Warfare 3. I didn't really enjoy, you know, now obviously Ghost. I felt like those kind of went off the rails, not just in the gameplay and the game fun, but in the story. You know, like Black Ops 2 was kind of special forces fighting each other with weapons, and it had some gadgetry and stuff, but it wasn't crazy. But Black Ops 2 went a little further with it. Modern Warfare 3 had all these drones and robots and all these, like, to me, it kind of breaks it for me. It breaks the immersion, and that's just me, and I understand I'm a little weird. The one that's kind of going to be weird for me is Titanfall. It's not a me game. It's not something I would normally even like look on the shelf, pick up, and yeah, I'm going to take this. But the more I look at it, and the more I'm going to make an effort to open my horizons, I think it might be a fun game. So it'll be interesting to see me do videos about that game, because it's not a normal game for me. It's not a game I like tactically that I know about, and it's not my wheelhouse. So, but to wrap your question up, because we're getting long here, like I said, I want to see Battlefield march on. Vanilla Battlefield march on. Every 2 years would be my ideal, whether they don't think they can do that on time and money. But that's what I would like to see. And alternating in there would be like a Titanfall and another kind of spin-off of the Battlefield, you know, environment, or, you know, universe, so to speak. Bad Company would be good, but I think Bad Company is probably going to be a little too close, unless they just spin Bad Company off to be a little different. Because you're going to have the vanilla Battlefield series, you're going to have the futuristic-y kind of Titanfall, where they can do really just about whatever they want in that universe. There's going to be something, I think, in the middle there, and who knows what that's going to be. But thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks for the question. I appreciate it. All right, now this is a long question from Rusty Walker, but I wanted to talk about it because he actually has some pretty good points in here. What's the probability of other Frostbite titles suffering similar issues to Battlefield? There's a strong possibility that unlocking the power of extra engine, you know, Battlefield 3, Frostbite 3, as opposed to Frostbite 2, has had a direct consequence on the instability of the game. This is why EA and DICE consider it worth to chase down what's causing the issues and fixing them before continuing on to other projects, because those issues may well be in other projects already. I want to answer this right here because that's an incredibly good point. We all sit here and we're worried about, is DICE going to fix the game? Is it worth it to them to fix the game? Because it's not right now. Monetarily, it's not. They've got our money. They've got our premium money, right? Why would they go and just all systems go on this one game that they've already cashed in on and fix? Well, here it is. Here's one of the big reasons. It's because this engine, you know, Frostbite 3, is another revenue generator for them, or at least it's a platform to build all their other games on. So right here, as these bugs come up, if they don't fix these bugs are going to just resurface in another game. Now, you might not get the same issues. You might not, obviously, hit detection is not going to be, you know, noticed in a racing sim, but latency and things like this are, you know, like different forms of netcode could surface. So it is in their interest to put the funds in right here. Obviously, Battlefield being their flagship too, as well, for press and PR, obviously, it would give them an interest to fix it. But beyond that, tangible reasons is because let's squash these bugs and issues right here, right now. Hopefully regain some PR on Battlefield, but it'll also help us down the road on our, you know, I can't even think of the other games that are on the engine right now. I know there's a racing sim. There's actually quite a few games that run on Frostbite. So yeah, I agree with you on that. I think that is a big part of their motivation. They're not going to say that. They're going to say their motivation is to help us, to fix it for us, to satisfy their customers, obviously. But I agree with you fully that I think as far as, you know, assets, you know, Battlefield is what it is. Battlefield 4, they're going to fix it. They're going to do their best. Frostbite is a completely other entity to them. You know, the engine is completely different. It's a total other revenue stream, potentially, or, you know, another asset. I like that term better. So yeah, it's in their best interest to definitely put the work into it now, fix these things out. And what I think is you're going to eventually see is you're probably going to, which is I thought we were going to see in Battlefield 4, the engine's going to sort of plateau. And they're going to kind of then just kind of build off it instead of up and keep going up and up and up and up. They're going to go, okay, let's just flesh this out a little bit, optimize it, and kind of add and interface with things, you know, battle log type stuff. And, you know, I thought that's what we were going to do with Battlefield 4. It's just build off of Frostbite 2 a little bit more, maybe flesh it out. But we didn't, obviously. They tried to make a jump. I got to applaud them a little bit for that, for their, you know, innovation and attempt, but we've obviously seen absolutely that, you know, there's a lot of problems with that. I think what they're starting to get to the bottom of it. I know just reading Reddit and things, people on their own are starting to see what some of the issues are. So you have to think the techs kind of have a good idea what's going on. A little worried though, because I feel like if they could have fixed a lot of these things, they would have fixed them by now. So only time will tell on that. But let's get to the second part. Your personal opinion is that the lawsuits won't go anywhere. Neither do I. I don't think they will go anywhere. They just got to exert pressure, I hope. Because the information given out was in good faith, and they were comfortable enough to take 64 PCs out several game shows and let everybody try it, which means the issues are cropped up post. Yes and no. Here's what's going on with the lawsuits. I don't think they're going anywhere anyway, either. I think it's too hard to prove, you know, malicious intent. But the real fishy thing is that a lot of the executives cashed out. Now, if you want to just say they went out and hyped the thing up, and then the stocks fell and the people got hurt and they lost a lot of money, that's valid, and I don't think it's really hard to prove. But the suspicious thing is a lot of executives, high-end executives, as I'm told, I don't know, I haven't read this in black and white in total, like, under testimony or anything, but as far as I understand, they cashed out. And that looks really, really suspicious, like they knew. They knew something bad was coming. This game wasn't going to live up to the hype. They let the hype train build it up, and they, behind the scenes, were getting rid of their stock. You know, that is, there's criminality there. Whether they can prove it or not, I don't know. It's irregardless to me. The whole idea of the lawsuits is embarrassment and pressure. That's what I'm hoping. It's incredibly embarrassing to get sued by your own stockholders. That's incredibly embarrassing. So they're a laughingstock in the game world right now. And my only hope is that pie in the face kind of thing and pressure is going to push them and make them learn a little bit. You know, I think that whole worst company in America thing really irritates EA. It really does. They may not admit it, but you see how they lash back every time they get voted that now 2 years in a row. It bothers them. So hopefully this will kind of influence them as well. Bringing the 64 PCs out, that's not as big a deal because that was on a LAN. You know, you're not going to see as much of the netcode issues there. And as far as I understand, even from the Battlefield 4 Showdown, that, you know, I was invited to go to London and play with the guys, there was a lot of issues there as well. There was a lot of things that the guys, as far as I understand, were told not to use because they were broken, didn't work right. They didn't want to showcase that. So they were aware of quite a few issues, and I think everybody understood that there was going to be several issues with the game. You know, that's just the way gaming works now. We didn't understand the magnitude it would be at here. So lastly, is this enough to show DICE and EA that their beta program is no longer fit for purpose and network stress tests are no longer all they are required to do pre-launch? I don't think they are under any illusion that their beta is really anything, you know, fruitful for their game. That's not the issue. It's a network stress test, as you said, and a display, a demo. It's more of a marketing thing than it is a tech thing. It's a network stress test, which I think that it still does that. It's for the network. I do think that they didn't understand the volume they were going to get, and I think there was some critical flaws with the infrastructure and the backbone of Battlefield 4 that just completely made it an unoptimized mess. And we're still there. We're still trying to resolve that, and they should have known that. But I got to give them a little credit that until you're on the scale of release, it's really hard to predict that. But obviously, you know, they don't get any excuse for that because, you know, they're professionals. This is what they do. Do I think they're going to change? I think they're going to try. I do. Whether they're going to change, corporations don't change quickly. I don't know. Only time will tell. But thanks, man. It was a good question. I want to wrap this up. It's 20-something minutes right now. It's really long, but might be a couple days before I make a video again if my internet and power and stuff goes out. So there you go. You guys got one to hold you over for the weekend probably. But thanks so much, guys. Appreciate the questions. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hit the like button if you listen this long. I will be back next week with some new videos. Gonna do a Prison Architect Let's Play over the weekend, so look for that. Hopefully early next week, something like that. Maybe over the weekend if I get the chance. Otherwise, guys, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the snow if you're in the Northeast with me. I will talk to you soon, guys. Take care.